Hi everyone, it is the fourth day of doTerras BOGO week. It is Thursday and we have an amazingly peaceful blend. It's called Northern Escape, and so the BOGO today is if you buy a Northern Escape, then you get a free Siberian fir oil. Now this is the first time that Northern Escape has been released in the US market, at least. I don't know if it's ever been released before. I don't think so. So let me tell you a little bit more about Northern Escape. This is what it says. The rush of everyday life is forgotten as you step into the fragrant forest and fresh aroma of doTerra's Northern Escape. So the essential oils in this blend are black spruce, Siberian fir, balsam fir, lavender, which is different from lavender, and we're going to explain the differences in a little bit, cedarwood, cypress, hanoki, frankincense, nootka, which is a type of cedar tree found in northwestern Canada, Kananga, and clove. I haven't gotten my BOGO box. Well, I've ordered my BOGO box, but it hasn't come in the mail yet. I keep expecting it any day. But from everything that people are saying online, this has a very woodsy smell, which you would guess because of all the spruce and the fir trees in this, and the hanoki, the frankincense, the cypress. You're basically getting the most beautiful trees from all over the world and getting their physical and emotional benefits in one blend, although it is missing a couple of trees that, and we'll mention that later again too. It has a very woodsy smell. It smells like you're walking through a Christmas tree farm. Very grounding, very soothing. This is an oil that you're going to want to reach for when you've had just one of those days. So let's break these beautiful 11 oils up. So basically you have 8 tree oils. Now, what do we know about tree oils already? We know that tree oils are grounding and centering, and we have many conifer trees in this blend, and we know that conifer trees specifically are and basically all the other trees and tree oils in this blend too are amazing for pain and discomfort. And they are tree oils with their pine needles. We know that basically any essential oil that comes from a leaf is very, very good for our respiratory system. Tree oil, the conifer tree oils are exactly the same way. Very soothing and opening up to our respiratory systems. And we know that, did I already say that it was good for pain? I think I've said it was good for pain. Anyway, we also know that they have amazing antiseptic properties. So that's a little bit about the tree oils. So then you have 2 flower oils in this blend. You have the lavender and you have the Kananga. Now, what do we know about flower oils? Flower oils are relaxing. I want you to think of rose or lavender or jasmine. Flower oils are very, very relaxing to us emotionally. They're also very beautifying and very clarifying to the skin. And then we have clove, which is our spicy oil in this blend. And clove is just going to be one that is going to be a very motivational oil. So let's break that down. And clove is also a very good boost to our immune system as well. So physically, this oil blend has a lot of cleansing properties. It can help cleanse the air and help us feel refreshed. It can help calm and soothe our respiratory systems. It can soothe and clarify our skin. You can pop a drop into your favorite skincare or lotion. It can help with occasional pain and inflammation. It's great for circulation. The Cypress in it is so good for circulation, whether that's emotional or physical circulation, right? Because we know that what an essential oil does physically, it also does emotionally and vice versa. So since we know that Cypress in this blend is super good for getting things moving, it's also going to get some emotions moving. So if you're feeling stuck, this blend might help you get unstuck. This blend is also very good for digestive support, and you can put a drop into like a carrier oil and massage that onto your abdomen. And then you'll notice that this blend also has frankincense as one of the 8 trees in this oil. So frankincense, well, the cost of frankincense can really vary depending on where you buy it. You can buy frankincense at a discount store, and a lot of things in life, you kind of get what you pay for. Now, I love and trust doTerras oils to be used for myself and my family, and here's why. Because they third-party test every single batch of oils. They do their own in-house testing, but they third-party test every single batch of oils, and then they actually put the batch number on the bottom of your oil. You can go to a place called Source to You. You can type in your batch number on the bottle of your oil, and you can pull up every single test that has been done on your batch of oils, and you can see the results. Like, what other company does that? What other company is that transparent? What other company is that committed to pursuing what is pure? That is why I love and trust doTerra. And so if you want a certified pure therapeutic grade of frankincense oil, yes, it's going to be more expensive than what you're going to pay at a discount store. But the benefits of using certified pure therapeutic grade oils are just night and day difference. It's like eating a real apple or a real orange or a real banana, and the taste and the flavor and the smell and the physical health benefits, as opposed to eating Fruit Loops, right? Might have some of the same, I don't know, taste a little bit, but it's not going to give you the same health benefit at all. So I just wanted to mention this blend does have frankincense in it. Now, frankincense, king of oils. Like, we're going to go into frankincense a little bit more later on. But frankincense, I just wanted to tell you some of the other blends that of the other doTERRA blends that have frankincense in them. Again, frankincense can be a more expensive oil. It is totally worth getting. But some of the other blends that have frankincense in it are doTERRA's Northern Escape, which is what we're talking about today, doTERRA's Balance Blend, their Immortelle Blend. The Balance Blend is more for, well, what it says, kind of emotional balance. And Immortelle is beautifying to the skin. DDR Prime is for cellular support. Stronger is an immune blend. And then Console is definitely a blend that you want to diffuse or put on if you're sad, if you've had some things happen in your life and you want to be a little bit feel consoled. And it's amazing. Frankincense is in each of these blends, and frankincense is one of those oils that can make other oils work stronger too. So love that frankincense is one of the tree oils in this blend. Okay, so talking about this blend emotionally, talking about Northern Escape emotionally. So first thing we want to say is our body is made up of electrical impulses, right? We have our heart that's beating, pumping our blood. We have neurons that are firing in our brain and in our down our spinal system. And so a lot of our body actually works by electrical impulses. Now, that said, we also have a lot of electronic devices in our phone. In one room, you might have one person on the computer, people on their cell phones, you might have some music playing or whatever else. And so we are surrounded right now in our society with electronics, and the signals and the pulses that come from them can sometimes get our bodies a little agitated, just a little bit tensed up. It can make it so that we feel a little bit more stress when we perhaps might not have felt stress. Or anyway, so one thing that we can do to help combat and mitigate all of the electronic devices that we have around us in our home is to do some things to get back to nature. And diffusing a blend that is grounding and centering, that triggers our mind that we are in this beautiful forest, helps us to mitigate some of the modern day electronics that go on around us, and helps take us back to a place of peace and joy. Anyway, I love how quickly essential oils can change the atmosphere in a room. So let's break down the essential oils that are in this blend and explore a little bit more deeply what they do for us. So the first oil in this blend is black spruce. Now, black spruce is the oil of stability, and spruces are especially helpful in times of crisis, shock, or trauma. Black spruce helps us transition from feeling unstable, depleted, fearful, exhausted, and having dysfunctional generational patterns to feeling stable, resolute, grounded, having a greater strength to endure, and feeling more balanced. Okay, so that's black spruce. Going on to explore what Siberian fir can do for us in this blend. Now remember, if you get the Northern Escape blend, you get a bottle of Siberian fir for free. And I've done a shout out on Siberian fir that I posted onto our team page and on YouTube. You can definitely go and look up if you want a long more in-depth list of what Siberian fir does. This is just like tiny nutshell of what Siberian fir can do for us emotionally. So Siberian fir is the oil of aging and perspective. It helps us to address generational healing. So a lot of the fir and the spruce, a lot of those conifer tree oils are so good at helping us to recognize and to break generational patterns. Maybe your family has had a generational pattern with alcoholism, alcohol abuse, or drug abuse, or problems with anger. Maybe they have problems standing their ground and standing up for themselves. And anyway, it seems like in a lot of families, the same traits can go down generations. And sometimes those are positive, and we definitely want to keep all the positive traits that our ancestors are trying to pass down to us, or that have passed down to us. But the negative traits, we get to choose. We get to choose whether we're going to be, whether those negative traits are going to pass down to us, going to be presented in our lives, or whether we are going to be the stop. Whether we are going to say, okay, enough is enough, and I am going to live my life differently. We get to choose that. I love that. And all of these beautiful spruces and fir oils help with that. They help with the breaking of generational issues. Now, are you going to be able to just, diffuse one and boom, the generational issue is gone? No. We're going to have to do our own due diligence and do our own work and get to the bottom of things and work out things and try hard. Patterns don't change over time, but they can change. And the fir and conifer oils can be a beautiful tool in our pocket, tool in our kit to help with that change. So, Siberian fir, it addresses generational healing. For that reason alone, I would want a few bottles of Siberian fir. It is an oil with softness. A lot of people can compare Siberian fir with like a grandmother type of feel. And a softness, and everything is going to be okay. Now I know that some grandmothers can be spicy. I'm a grandmother too, so I totally get that. But grandmothers tend to kind of soften. A lot of people tend to soften over time. So that's what I want you to think of when you think of Siberian fir, like the grandmother of oils. Siberian fir can help in times of grief or loss, when we're feeling despairing, sad, when we're regretful and we're fretting over the past, or we're pining for what was. Maybe we've done something in the past that, we wish we could take back, do differently. Hey, it's called repentance. Do what you can. Make it up, right? Get over the fretfulness, like fix it. Anyway, I know you can't fix, well, can you fix everything? You might not be able to completely fix everything, but we can make things better. We can heal relationships. Anyway, so, and I think the more you live, the more you realize relationships can be healed. Let's just do the work. Anyway, so, or for pining what was, maybe the past was amazing and the present is not so amazing, and so it can help us get over. Yes, the past was good, great. The past was good. Now let's look for the good things that we have in our life today. So Siberian fir can help with that. It can help us transition to feeling comforted, having a greater forgiveness for ourselves and others, having an easier time looking at things honestly. Hey, let's, we don't need to put any blame on anyone, on ourselves or on others, but let's just look at what's happened honestly. Let's figure out what we want to do, our game plan for how to make things the best we can. Siberian fir helps us to look at things from a greater perspective. Now, my favorite quote when it comes to having more perspective is from one of our past prophets, Thomas S. Monson, and he said, "Never let a problem to be solved become more important than a person to be loved." That is one of the quotes that I try to remember basically every day, because there's problems to be solved every day, and we want to make sure that while we're solving them, that people feel loved. Okay, Siberian fir. It helps us connect with our own inner wisdom. It helps us live in the present. And it helps us to be more optimistic, adaptable, and peaceful. The next essential oil in here is balsam fir. And there really wasn't as much as some essential oils have a ton of studies and a ton written on them. Some not so much. And this is one of the ones that was not so much. But my favorite thing about balsam fir that I learned is that it is excellent to diffuse in the recovery stages of an illness, whether that illness is of the body, the mind, or the spirit. So it helps in recovery, which kind of makes sense with being a tree oil and a conifer oil. Again, remember, conifer oils are great for the immune system. They help with pain. Anyway, so the next oil in here is lavender. Now you might think, did she just say lavender? And I'll say, no, I didn't say lavender. I actually said lavender. And lavender is lavandin is different than lavender. Okay, so when you think about lavender and lavandin, what I want you to do is what I want us to do is I want us to think of like two sisters. And one sister is the soft sister, the soothing sister, and that would be the lavender. And then you have lavandin, and she's kind of the spicy, the energetic, the get things done. So here are some of the difference of lavender and lavandin. They both look about the same. Lavandin is actually a taller plant. Lavender has higher camphor content than lavender. As I'm remembering, lavender can have as low as like 4 or 5, even down to 0% camphor, but lavender can have as high as 10% camphor. So that means that it's better. Lavender is better at clearing congestion. It's better at repelling insects, and it's better at freshening rooms. It just has a stronger scent. So I can see as you have all these pine scents, you probably needed the lavender to kind of come in and hold its own, hold its presence in this blend. Lavender is said to be better at relaxation, at helping people get to sleep, at soothing problems like headaches or burns. Think lavender, the softer sister, the more soothing oil. Whereas lavender tends to be more antiseptic. It's gonna, we're cleaning things out, right? Whether that's emotional things or whether that's physical things, we're gonna do the deep clean here. And lavender has a stronger, more invigorating scent. Lavender and lavender have similar scents, but they say that lavender has a more penetrating scent. It is a stronger scent, and it is considered more beneficial for inflammation, the respiratory tract, and circulatory issues. And it's also considered to be the stronger sister kind of when it comes to fighting germs. So again, so what have we learned? How are we going to think about lavender and lavender? When we think of lavender, we're going to think these guys are sisters, they're twinners, they smell a lot the same. There are just some key differences, right? And they look a lot the same. There's just some key differences. The lavender, it's going to be soothing, soothe you to sleep, soothe burns, stuff like that, okay? And then we have the lavender that's going to be the germ killer, the cleaner, but more beneficial for inflammation. Are you seeing how these sisters, how they are very, very similar, but have some key differences too. So I think that's why doTERRA included lavender instead of lavender in this blend. The next oil that we have in this blend is cedarwood. Now cedarwood, as we're going into the holidays, our house will be blessed as we have cedarwood in it. Cedarwood is the oil of community. Cedarwood brings people together to experience the strength and the value of community. And I always want to insert family in here, because what are families? They're just like smaller communities or bigger communities, depending on how big or small your family is, right? And our community's perfect. No, our family's perfect. Definitely not. There's things we love about our families and some things that we would change if we could wave the magic wand, right? But there's a strength that comes from community that you can't get any other way. And there's a strength that comes from family. And cedarwood reminds us of that. Cedarwood is, but now, okay, I love all the things that cedarwood is so good at. And these trees, they're so different. They provide such different benefits. It's just so fun for me to get to know them. I hope you're loving it too. So, cedarwood brings people together. I think, okay, I already said that. It is beneficial to those who have inability or disabilities in forming social bonds. Some people make friends so easy. Some people, not so much. Everyone wants to have friends, and it's good to have tools that help us relax us and help us feel like we're going to be better accepted and have an easier time in making the friendships, the small talk, the deep conversations, letting us be seen for who we are. Cedarwood can be helpful with that. It's helpful for people when people feel lonely, to help them relax, open their eyes and see the networks that they really have, the people who really do love them. It helps us when we're feeling separated from others. It can even help people who are being antisocial. So, have some of those people in your family start diffusing cedarwood, and aren't we thankful that cedarwood is in this beautiful, beautiful blend of Northern Escape. It can help us have cedarwood in this blend, can help us have an easier time feeling emotionally connected, feeling like we belong, feeling supported by others, feeling sociable, and being more community oriented. Like, that might be a reason why you'd want to use cedarwood too. Some people are like me, right? Depending on who they are and how they came down, and so we grow out of that a lot, right? We do. But this can be a beautiful oil to help diffuse and see. Do the experiment. Start diffusing things and see, does it make a change in your home, in your circles? And if that oil isn't doing the change that you want, you know what? Pick up a different oil or try something different. Okay, then we have the next oil is the oil of Cypress, motion and flow, the oil of motion and flow. And when I think cypress, I think of those beautiful, beautiful cypress trees in the south. And okay, I only lived in the South for 2 years, and I lived in Arkansas, and I loved it. There was just a different flow to things. Things were beautiful, beautiful, beautiful there. Okay, so what does cypress oil help us do? It helps us roll with the punches of life. It supports us in having greater flexibility. It is helpful for those who are controlling. So if you are the boss of your organization and you're like stuck in that role of having to control everything, or maybe you're the boss of your home and you're pushed into that role. Someone has to be the boss. Someone has to be the boss. And so we can get pushed or even stuck in that role. So it can help us. It can be helpful for the people who are more controlling to let go of some of that control. It can be helpful for people who are fearful. Now, sometimes people are controlling because they're fearful. So it can help calm down that fear. It can help with people who are perfectionistic, who are rigid, who are stuck, or who are tense. And it can help us transition into being more flexible, more having an easier time trusting, being willing to experiment with trust. It can help us be more adaptable and flow more with life. Don't you love those people who have adaptability as one of their top gifts, and it's just like, okay, what are we doing today? Great, we're happy through it, and we're rolling. We all love that. And yes, we need to be rigid on certain things like standards of honesty and decency and integrity, but we need to be a little bit more go with the flow in many aspects of life, and cypress can help with that. Now, the next oil in the blend is Hanoki. Hanoki was not one that I was very familiar with before it came out in DoTerras. So it is the oil of natural harmony. Hanoki is one of the 5 sacred trees of the Kiso Valley in Japan. And I'm sorry, I can't name the other 4 for you. I'm not an expert on that culture, but this is what I do know. Hanoki is relaxing and slightly sedative in nature. It imparts the sense of calm and order that you would feel when you're walking through a Japanese garden. Just where everything is meticulously cut and orderly. And when simple things have profound influence, that is the energy and the essence of Hanoki. It helps us in times when our lives are disharmonious, when we're feeling hurried or tense or overstimulated. when we're feeling stressed, disorganized, unstable, or energetically blocked. It helps us in our environment to be more harmonious, more calm, more orderly, more relaxed, more respectful. Oh, don't you love that word? Respectful, and more balanced and honorable. Hanoki is one that doTERRA offers from time to time. When they offer Hanoki again, I hope that you are blessed with being able to purchase one. Until then, aren't we blessed that we can have this Northern Escape blend that has Hanoki oil in it that can bring that sense of calm, that sense of respect, that sense of order to our lives. The next oil in here is frankincense. I don't even know how many shout outs I have done on frankincense. Go to my YouTube channel. It's called Living the Wholesome Life Old, and you can just search in the search bar frankincense, and it will bring up tons of shout outs on frankincense. But here is a little nutshell on frankincense. Well, first of all, I doubt that I can say frankincense and have anyone anywhere around the world not recognize that name, and have a feeling that comes. We know frankincense as the king of oils. It was one of the 3 gifts given to the Christ child. Gold, the 3 gifts being gold, frankincense, and myrrh. Frankincense helps us when we're feeling abandoned, spiritually disconnected. Now, before I go on, a lot of people like to say, liken frankincense as to the father oil, and to help us feel connected to our fathers, and it kind of takes on the things that fathers traditionally do, by helping us feel supported and protected. And then myrrh, they like to liken myrrh as the mothering oil. It helps us feel very, very nurtured. So if you're feeling a little disconnected from the father figures in your life, whether that's your own earthly father or even heavenly father, diffusing some frankincense, putting some frankincense in your water can be amazing. Putting a drop underneath your tongue, putting it on your feet. Wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. Now, Northern Escape is meant to be diffused. It is meant to be put into a carrier oil and then to be used topically, but Northern Escape is not, repeat not, going to be one of the oils that you're going to be using internally, okay? But it does have frankincense in it. So if you're feeling distant from father figures, if you're feeling unprotected or misaligned, or when you're feeling like you're experiencing some spiritual darkness or even some spiritual attacks, frankincense is a wonderfully protective oil for all of that. It can help us to feel more protected, to feel like that we have greater discernment, to have an easier time discerning things spiritually. I think it's because it calms us down, and as it calms us, we're able to hear our own inner voice and the voice of God better. That helps us to be more spiritually open and more connected with father figures. So that's kind of the frankincense energy in this oil. Then you have Nootka. Now, Nootka, again, is one that I was not super familiar with. So I had to do some looking up on the oil. And again, this is one that didn't have like a ton of literature on it. It's Nootka. It is a type of cedar tree that is found in the northwest in Canada. And this remarkable essential oil is known for its cleansing properties of skins, both of skins, for our skin or for surfaces. So this is going to be great. It can lend a refreshing and energizing fragrance to any massage or skincare routine. The next, Nootka is the last of the tree oils in this blend. Now we're going to go to our last flower in the oil in this blend. There's only 2. Remember, there was 8 tree oils. There's only 2 flowers, and that is Kananga. It comes from a yellow flower. So you have the lavender that comes from purple. You have the Kananga that comes from the yellow flower. So if you know like your color wheel, you have yellow on the top, you have purple on the bottom, and so you have that beautiful energy that way too. If you're into what color the flowers come from, which I think can be helpful in understanding the essential oils. So the benefits of Kananga are very, very similar to the benefits of ylang-ylang. It's great for hormonal support. It's great for relaxing your mood. And everything else on here that I have, it's great for cellular support. And it's great for your immune system as well. Okay, and then the last oil in this blend of Northern Escape is Clove. Now, Clove is the oil of boundaries. It supports people in letting go of victim mentality. I love that. I love that. There's so many people. Sometimes we can get stuck in victim mentality. Oh, my life is this way because of la 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 la. Like, no. Like, we are the captains of our life. And if our life is a certain way, like, come on. We have it within ourselves to make our lives better, to make the lives of those around us better. So we're not going to be stuck in victim mentality. We are going to transition from victim mentality, if that's where we are, and we are going to transition to feeling empowered, feeling like we can make the difference because with God, we can do anything. So, supports Clove. It supports individuals in letting go of victim mentality. It helps us when we're feeling defeated, dominated, enslaved, when we fear rejection, when we're feeling intimidating, feeling controlled, when we're behaving in codependent ways. And it's going to help us transition from all of those victim mentality, feeling controlled, to standing up. I'm just going to say it that way. It's going to help us transition from blaming others and letting life and letting ourselves take a back seat in life to standing up, being empowered, and helping our life to go the way we want it to go. So it's going to help us transition to being empowered, to making and keeping healthy boundaries. How many times do we make a boundary and then we're like, didn't hold that. You can't have cookies before dinner. Oh, okay, you want a cookie for dinner? Okay, you've asked me 15 times here, right? We don't need to do that. We can set and hold healthy boundaries. Now, do we have to be super strict and rigid? Yes. On certain things, yes, like integrity and honesty, and not so much on some other things. Like maybe we can actually have 7 books before our children go to bed, or, stay up at night or something. That's not a usual boundary. So yes, we can be flexible, right? But it can help us make Clove. It can help us make and keep healthy boundaries. It can help us in feeling protected, feeling courageous, feeling independent, capable, proactive, and acting with greater integrity. So if you don't have Clove in your home just on its own, I would highly recommend to get some. And I love, love, love that they have put it in this blend of Northern Escape. Now, again, you can only buy Northern Escape right now through doTERRA on BOGO Day, and today is the BOGO Day. So, and when you buy the Northern Escape, if I'm remembering right, it's like $24.50, something like that. Anyway, super inexpensive. You can get the Siberian fir for free. It is by far the best. BOGOs are by far the best times to stock up on oils for your own first aid kits. I'm going to say emotional and physical first aid kits, but also to stock up on presents that you want to gift other people through the holidays, birthdays, weddings, whatever. So that is doTERRA's Northern. Caleb. That is doTERRA's. Caleb's my little helper here. That is doTERRA's Northern Escape blend. snag it while you can, because it's going to be gone as of the minute before midnight. Then we're going to be transitioning to another beautiful BOGO on Friday, and then BOGO week will be over. So snag the BOGOs while you can. This is Suzanne Williams with Essential Oils, Health Matters, and Living the Wholesome Life, reminding us all. Oh, okay, no, I forgot. I'm just going to say one last thing to you. You know how I love to pair essential oils with songs to help me remember what's the feel of this essential oil? Well, the song that I'm pairing with this is John Williams's, I think it's a symphony, but it's called The Five Sacred Trees. And some of the movements are more calm, some of them are a little bit more energetic. I'm going to put one in the comments for you too, because as you're when you get your northern escape and you have those beautiful 10 beautiful trees, 2 flowers, and then clove in this blend, it would be beautiful to put on your own peaceful song. So whether you like this song or whether you like some other song, when you think of forests, I just wanted to give you one song that you could pair with your oil. Okay, now this is Suzanne with Essential Oils, Health Matters, and Living the Wholesome Life, reminding us all that we have the incredible power within us, with God, to make every day a great day. Bye-bye.